Mia cucina in Italian means my kitchen. And today we are going to go to the Mediterranean. Yes, I am going to show you how to make a Mediterranean grilled eggplant with this amazing, delicious whipped feta. So it all starts with eggplants. And eggplants, you know, nobody knows the origins. However, it does grow wild in India. And then it just spread to the rest of the world. And what I have here is I have 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil, a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of black pepper, and a teaspoon of thyme. That's what I have here. I just want to show this to you. Right now I am heating up a grill because it's very, very hot, so I'm not going to be grilling outside because it's too hot for me. So what I want to do is I want to start my grill, if you're grilling indoors, you know, a nice hot. You want to make sure that it's hot. Then what I did is I took a brush and I put it on the olive oil and I olive oiled it. So then now I am going to start working on my beautiful eggplant. Now eggplant is a nightshade fruit. Believe it or not, it's not a vegetable, it's a fruit. Can you imagine this fruit? And I have this beautiful Italian irrigated ones that I got at my local Italian market. Thank goodness we did have one. It's about 35 minutes to 40 minutes to get there. And when you're looking for a nice eggplant, look for something that is firm, that has no black marks or anything in it, and it's still a little soft. And then what we are going to do is I am just going to cut the tips just like that. I'm going to cut the little bottom part right there. You know, and then I'm just going to get rid of this little pieces like so. And I want to go ahead and schifoli this. Remember, schifoli, I created my own words. And I just want to mix this together because, and what I'm going to do is I am going to be brushing these beautiful eggplants with this amazingness that we have here, that olive oil. So then what I want to do is, when you're slicing this, don't, you know, slice them not too thick and not too thin, you know, but that side. And I'm just going to do it like this. Now, eggplant does cause gas. Yes, it does. I have to tell you. Check with your doctor. I'm not a doctor, and I am not a, like I said, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a nutritionist. I am a home cook. And I bring you these dishes that I grew up with. And this eggplant parmesan, and I'm not eggplant parmesan, this grilled eggplant, it is delicious. And as you can see, I'm just slicing these guys. I like the smaller eggplants when I'm doing this. They're just little rounds. And I just love them. They don't take a long time. It's not going to smoke up your entire. So now some people may be allergic to this nightshade beautiful fruit. So check again with your doctor. I don't want anybody, you know, not feeling well because they're allergic to it. So for me, the good news is I'm not allergic to it. And as you can see, I am just slicing and slicing and slicing and slicing. Very, very easy transaction. I'm going to put this other one on the side, because it's my husband and I. So one eggplant can work for just 2 people. And then what I want to do now is I want to come over here and I just want to, see what I'm doing is, let me pick this up in my hand, just like that. I'm going to do the same on the other side, and I'm just going to lay it there. And I want to make sure that my grill is hot. And when my grill is getting hot, I am going to do that very fast, very simple, very easy. If you know, I'm not going to grill outside. In Florida right now is very, very hot. And, you know, depending on what part of the region of the countries you are, you know, you don't want to be inside or outside when it's either very, very cold or very, very hot. And, you know, they have these beautiful little grill little things. So this little, pans that you can easily do this indoor. And it's not going to take a long time. By the time these 8 little guys are going to be done, the entire dish is going to be ready. Yes. So I'm just going to kind of move. As you can see, I'm moving very quickly. I'm using my hands. My hands are oily, and that's fine. I like to play with my food. I used to get in so much trouble when I played with my food. I don't know, did you guys get in trouble for for playing with your food? My mom would always say, don't look at that, just eat it, just eat it. But I always wanted to know what was in it, I just wanted to know. I was one of those very inquisitive childs, and I really challenged my parents because I just wanted to know how everything worked, as you can see. And I'm just stacking it. You see what I'm doing, guys? I'm just stacking them. So don't be stressed, don't be worried. They say to do this, they say do that. My parents, this is how I grew up with. They cut it and they just put it in the pan. They didn't soak it. They didn't do all of that. And I don't really do all of that. I don't put the salt and wait for the water to come out. I just don't do that. That is my personal preference. If you want to do that, please go right ahead. I'm just going to grab something here so I can wipe myself here. And now these guys are ready for me to turn over. We want to get some grill marks because that's how they get their flavor. So they're not quite ready yet. So while this is doing their thing over there, I am going to show you now what we are going to top them with. Yes. And I am going to be utilizing, I'm going to move my little stacks of guys over here. I'm just going to give a quick, cleansing of my board. Very simple, very easy transaction. What I have here is an 8 ounce of very good feta cheese on your food processor. That's what these are right in there. So I'm just not going to worry about that. I just want to keep an eye on these guys. Like I said, I'm looking for a good grilled mark. So I'm not really worried about them because it takes a few minutes. I'm just going to kind of turn them over. And then now I want to bring your attention to get yourself a little bowl. And what I am going to be utilizing here is one entire jalapeno, very finely chopped. That's going to go right in this. This is going to be the topping for our eggplant. And then to this, I have chopped some I'm so excited I can't even talk. I have 2 cloves of garlic minced that are going to go right in here, guys. Very easy, very simple transaction. We're moving quickly because I'm keeping an eye on my eggplant. And like I said, I'm looking for the grill marks. Oh yes, and they're starting to appear now because it takes a few minutes for it to do its thing. And as you can see, I did not peel my eggplant. My mother never peeled the eggplant, my grandmother never peeled the eggplant, and I have never peeled the eggplant. Alright, so remember, we have 1 jalapeno minced, 2 cloves of garlic minced. Then what I have here is I have an entire juice of a lemon that's going to go right in here like so. Then what I have here is that I have 2 teaspoons of sumac and 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. That's going to go right in there like so. And then I'm going to take a little pinch of salt. That's going to go just like that. Just a little pinch will do ya. Not too much. And then what I have here is 3 tablespoons of olive oil. 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And then what's wonderful about this is that the olive oil, and I'm just going to shiffly this. See what I'm doing here, guys? Very simple transaction. Very, very simple. Because I'm going to top these beautiful things. Get yourself a nice round platter like this. Alright, so now I'm going to bring your attention again. I'm going to look at these guys. They're grilling beautifully now because that's exactly what I want. I'm going to turn my heat a little bit higher. Oh, they're looking beautiful, these guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, yes. I'm telling you, I love eggplant, and when you grill them, it's a whole new flavor. It just gives us so much flavor. So now I am going to take you to this side. We have an 8 ounce of very good feta cheese. To this 8 ounce, I'm using 3/4 cups of Greek yogurt. Let me get a one of these guys because I want to get that in here in my food processor. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see that? Okay, I want to make sure I get this really good in here. I want to get every bit of my Greek yogurt because the Greek yogurt mellows everything out, especially when you're having the jalapenos, a little spicy. Now to this, I am going to add an entire zest of a lemon. You know, when Italians, when Europeans, or anybody, when they have a lemon, they utilize the entire lemon. And then I'm going to show you a little spritzer that we're going to have. So I just want to get all in this in here like so. Get the wonderful. Oh, I absolutely love lemon, and I love lemon zest. And lemon is used a lot in the Mediterranean. And I mean, just practically a lot of stuff have lemons, and I love lemon, so it goes very, very well. I have a little bit of olive oil, just in case I need to utilize it. So what I want to do now is I want to put this on low. I'm going to stop this, because now what I want to do is I want to make sure that my cheese, make sure that you get your cheese, okay guys, out of the refrigerator a good 20 to 25 minutes before, so it gets to room temperature. I'm still keeping an eye on my beautiful guys over here. I'm going to start that. And we want to cream it, and we want this to be creamy. So now I am just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil. Not too much because you don't want it to be watery. In the meantime, I'm over here going to remove my beautiful grilled. Oh yeah. Now I'm really working on this. And I'm just going to kind of put them on top of each other. You know, like that. I'm still keeping an eye on this. It's still doing its thing. I am now going to add some more of my eggplants in here, because now I can bring these out. So if you are removing them, you're still working. Remember, they are already oiled, so I don't really need to oil them too much. There we go. You know, some have pretty marks, some they don't. And I'm not going to worry about that, because you know what, nothing has to be perfect. You know, we put so much emphasis on perfection. You know, my grandmother, when she would cook, she didn't worry if things were perfect. She just wanted to feed her family. Alright, so now I'm going to stop this. Oh, wow. And it made this beautiful consistency. Alright, so now I am going to move my food processor out of the way, because I want to put this down as I am still working on my beautiful, oh yeah, these are looking fabulous. Oh yeah, baby. And it smells wonderful. You know, and you can just still continue to put them in here like so. Put the other one on there. Put the other one right here. You know, don't crowd them. Let them have their own room, because you know they have to get the grill marks, okay? So now, as you can see, I'm just kind of going like that. I'm going to wait for some more to start coming. But in the meantime, now I can start working on this particular side. So on this, get yourself a round platter. We're going to fill this up with the eggplant, as you can see. Then what I want to do over here is I want to bring this deliciousness right in here, just like that, because this is how it's going to be served. Oh yes, baby, baby. That's why you have to be very careful on how much oil you use, because then it can become a mess. And you don't really want it to become a mess. You kind of want it to be just the way that I am doing it in this beautiful platter. But we're not done yet. Because now, what we are going to do to this beautiful platter like this, is now we are going to start building on this. So I'm going to put this on the side. And then what I have here is some parsley. Get yourself some parsley. Get yourself some mint. So, you know, if you like a lot of mint, use more mint. Again, you know, in the Mediterranean, they use a lot of lemons, they use a lot of mint. And this is what I want to do here. And I'm just working on the mint part right here. And then what I'm going to do, and I like a lot of mint. You know, I don't know about you, but I grew up having a lot of mint. So I'm just going to dry this up. I'm just taking the leaves just like that. Very easy transaction. And then I'm just going to go ahead and chop my mint with my parsley. You know, in the Mediterranean, when you go to the Mediterranean, there's a lot, you know, depending on the regions, they use a lot of parsley, they use a lot of lemon, they use a lot of wonderful, you know, parsley, they use a lot of spezie, you know, like red pepper flakes. And we're going to be using some red pepper flakes. So now, I just want to continue to chop this. Now I'm going to turn my guys over, because, you know, they are grilling beautifully, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Because, you know, they only take a few minutes, guys. It doesn't take a lot. It's not going to really smoke your house too much. So if you're doing it inside, don't be afraid of it. Okay? So I'm just going to continue to chop this. Very easy transaction, super transaction. And then what we're going to do, because it's lunchtime, we're going to eat. So then what I want to do now is I want to come over here, and I just want to make a little well. I'm just going to, you know, just the back of my fork, I'm just going to make a little well right here. I'm going to make a little well right there. And I'm just going to just drizzle a little bit of olive oil there, a little bit of olive oil there. Just a little, not too much, just a little. And then I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to add some of this mint and parsley. See what I'm doing, guys? Using the mint and parsley. Okay. Now I am going to move this out of the way. And then to this, I am going to add some red pepper flakes. Some red pepper flakes. You know, the Italian flag, you know, but it's Mediterranean. It's not Italian. This is a Mediterranean dish, okay? And then, you know, we got to top it with some nuts. And I'm using pistachios, because pistachios is going to give the crunch, the beautiful crunch. So that's going to be the pistachios right on there like that. Oh yeah, baby, baby. And then this is, you're looking at that. You see that? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, my other side of my eggplants are done. As you can see, I am just going to put them all in here. Oh yeah, baby, baby. Like I said, when you make them thin, you don't have to do them very, very thick. You know, you can go quickly with this dish. Oh yes, and then when I get one out, I bring the other ones, because you know these guys are all going to be eaten. They are just delicious. They're just absolutely delicious. And like I said, when they're thin, they are so well done. Look at that. So simple and easy. All right, now I'm going to add these other guys over here, because now I'm going to show you my spritzer, because we're almost done. We're almost done, guys. That's how quickly and fast this goes. All right, so what I have here is I have taken an orange, and I have squeezed the orange. That's what I have in here. Also, I've taken the lemon, some of the lemon, you know, that we use the lemon juice. We use the lemon zest. I've taken a piece of that lemon and put that in here, so I have a piece of orange, a piece of lemon, and then I have some orange juice. To this, I have some club soda, some beautiful club soda. Look at that. Ooh, it's beautiful. Well, because it's lunchtime, you know, it's no alcohol, but now if you want to use some alcohol, then you can add some limoncello. So that's a very nice summery drink. Beautiful summery drink. And then if you want to make this a little pretty, you know, we have a little bit of extra mint. You know, you can maybe put a little bit of mint on the side and have that beautiful cocktail like that. Like a little cocktail or a little spritzer, just because it's summer and it's, you know, and this is a wonderful thing to have. Now I'm going to bring this back up because we have our wonderful spritzer right there. And now I am going to take the rest of my, they're still doing their thing. You know, we don't want to rush anything. You know, they're doing their thing. And it's working, it's going. Alrighty, so then I am going to remove this out of the way so I can show you how I'm going to finish this. And then remember, you know, that wonderful jalapenos that we mixed here with the sumac and all that wonderful deliciousness. I have a little bit more olive oil. I'm just going to add a little bit more olive oil in there because I like a little bit more of olive oil. Use a really good olive oil for this because this is not the cooking one. This is the one that we are going to be using and putting it over our deliciousness of our grilled eggplant. So we're still grilling. You know, grilling takes time. And my little pan here is doing its best that it can. There it goes. You know, we want those grilled marks because they're pretty. You know, I like things to be pretty, right? We want these things to be pretty. And you know, in my eggplant it's really done actually. You know, that is how quick and easy this is. I mean, it's marvelous, darling. It's marvelous, darling. It's just absolutely marvelous. And like I said, this is so tasty. And my husband is already out of his office. He's waiting because he really likes this dish, and especially, you know, when it's hot out, because this is a nice light summer dish. And even the ones that are not perfect, I am going to put them right there. So now you have this deliciousness that is over here. And I'm just going to continue to just put on top. Oh yes, and these are all finito. There's just a couple of more because they are a little bit more bigger than the others. So I'm just going to shut this off. So now I'm going to take a spoon like so. And I am just going to add some of this deliciousness that we made with the sumac, you know, that beautiful Mediterranean spice. And then what's going to happen is when you're eating all of this, I am going to add some, what I did is I took some I took some pita breads, I cut them in squares, and then what I want to do is I'm going to come over here and bring some pitas over here. So, you know, you can dip. You can use some of this, you know, keeping it traditional, I guess. I don't know, because this is my own way of making things. So I just want to come over here like so. And because, you know, we have mint and parsley in this dish, I'm going to come over here and I am just going to put a little bit of the mint right on top of there. Maybe put, you know, some little sprigs of parsley right over here. I mean, this is very, very pretty, guys. And, you know, and I mean, it's really a crowd pleaser. And let me bring this to you. Are you ready to see your Mediterranean grilled eggplant with whipped feta? Look at this deliciousness. Look how delicious that looks. Look at this beautiful grilled eggplant with the jalapenos. And of course, you know, you can take this, you can dip that, you can take a piece of that, and you can manja. I want to thank all my wonderful sponsors, and I want to thank you so much for joining me. God bless you, and thank you so, so much. And don't forget the spritzer. Ciao, ciao,